Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a Will I Buy It, where I take a look along with you guys at some new and upcoming makeup releases and I share all of my thoughts, what I plan on grabbing and what I'm not touching with a barge pole. So without further ado, let's get started. Releases are coming thick and fast and with no sign of them slowing down. We're heading into the peak makeup season and makeup brands are not wanting to be left behind. They're in fierce competition for all of our hard-earned money and we're not giving it up easily, okay? We are wise. So let's start off hot out of the gates with this sneak peek at the Tom Ford Holiday 2024 collection, courtesy of the amazing Armani Beauty Talk over on Instagram, where I pretty much get all of my makeup information these days. So there is a whole bunch of no thank you, not necessary in here. We've got a shimmering body oil, which I am set for life on, and we have a quad. Is that new? It's a Soleil Eye Color Quad 01S. Is that a new color story? I'm not 100% sure. It does look very similar to like 48 from other Tom Ford quads, but what's new there? And then we've got some lip glosses. Again, I don't need lip glosses. I don't use the ones that I have. I'm trying actually to be a lip gloss girl, but it's so far a failed attempt. I just can't make it work. But one thing in this little photo has caught my eye, and it's this little cheek duo here. It looks like we've got a cream, I think, highlight and blush duo, and this is exciting me. This is the yes. The only thing from this collection I'm particularly interested in, and I do love Tom Ford cheek products. I feel like he's really stingy with them these days. We barely get a blush or a bronzer. We haven't had one of those for years. Give us them. Singles as well. We don't always need two of everything. I don't know if you realised. But these are my colours. This looks beautiful in winter, in my winter skin tone. This is going to be gorgeous. I just know it. He's never let me down when it comes to cheek products. So this is going on my shopping list. Everything else in this collection I can live without. Next up, let's take a look at the RMS Sun Coverup Super Tint. So this is a high 50 SPF with a bit of a tint to it, okay? This I'm excited for. I have seen some interesting like wear tests of this product. It does seem like it's probably not going to be suited for oilier skin types because it does seem to get a little shinier throughout the day. I love these products. They're like one of the products that I use the most throughout the summer. This year, what I've been doing is creating my own by mixing the Charlotte Tilbury UV Flawless Primer with her tanning drops. So that's kind of what this product is, but without the hassle of having to mix it. So I do like this type of product, but is it a little too late? I feel like it's September now. I wish we'd had this in spring because I know that I would have used this all summer long, but now I don't really use these types of products in autumn and winter. So I'm not sure I'm going to grab one of these right now. I do sometimes receive PR from RMS, but I don't know if this is coming or not. If it does, I will certainly let you know my thoughts. But personally, for my own uses, I would wait for this for sort of next spring when I will know that I will use it a lot. I know this will just go in a drawer and not get used for 6 months and we'll be halfway through its expiry. As you know, that means nothing to me, but you know, just saying. I wish we'd had this a few months ago, but I love RMS. They get the glow that I love, and I've really never had a fail from them. I don't think. Have I? Remind me if you know of something. But I feel like their products are always solid, always suited to mature skin. So I would be on board had it have been March or April or May, maybe even June. Not July though, don't go crazy. Next up, Caroline Herrera has some bronzers to show us, show and tell today. We've got 4 shades here, and I will say these tones look nice, don't they? They don't scream orange. They don't scream fake tan. They look natural, neutral looking undertones for the most part, which I like. It's not the most amazing shade range. I feel like maybe the lighter shade could have been a bit lighter and the deeper shade definitely could have been a bit deeper. We could have done with maybe 6, would have been a nice round number. I do like the packaging. I have been a little bit bronzered out lately. There's been a lot of new bronzers this year, along with the holiday palettes from Hourglass. I don't really feel, I'm not craving a bronzer, which is unusual for me. I usually am, but at the moment I feel very happy with the bronzers that I've got, and I'm not really in the market for a new one. I have yet to dip a toe into the Carolina Herrera makeup pool. I have not yet purchased or tried anything from the brand. Am I missing out? Tell me. This is a pass from me. It's not a brand I'm super excited or familiar with, and I don't need any more bronzers right now. Okay, I'm good. Unless it's a really exciting one. If Marc Jacobs bought his bronzers back, you better believe I'd be getting 10 of them. Just not this one. Next up, we have some new liquid highlighters from Armani. We have 5 shades, I believe. Yes, here they are, 5 shades. Now, let me just say, I've been on a bit of a journey of discovery with my liquid products. You guys know I'm not a liquid or a cream girl typically. I've been kind of forcing myself to try more for your sake so that I can see, because if I can use them, you definitely can, because I am the cream and liquid hater. I'm the original hater of liquids and creams. So if I find one easy to work with, it really says a lot about it. And because I've been trying so many, I've actually found some that I've really liked, especially this year. I feel like this year has been certainly the year of cream and liquid blushes and bronzers also, but Armani have really been leading the chase with this liquid attempt to work its way, to wheedle its way into my collection. Their liquid blushes, and I'm assuming this is a similar vibe to those, you know, it's all the same line. They started off with their liquid bronzers, then we got blushes, now we have highlighters. And those first 2 products smashed it out of the park. I'd say a few months ago, before I tried their blushes, this would have been a straight no. It's a liquid highlighter. I won't use it. I don't like liquids. Highlighters are, especially liquid highlighter, typically it's going to pick up my foundation. It's going to be hard to use. It's not for me. But having tried their blushes and loved them and found them super easy to use, I'm actually intrigued by these. So I definitely think I'm going to try this. Again, I'm trying to branch out. I'm trying to be more open-minded towards liquids and creams. And I think the shades here look great. Maybe I'm drawn to number 3. It looks like it has that sort of pinky shift, which I quite like in a highlighter. Count me in for 1. Okay, I'm not getting all of them. Don't go nuts. Next up, Victoria Beckham Beauty has brought out a concealer pen, very reminiscent of the days of yore when we all saw Jerry Ginger Spice using the YSL Touche Eclat pen in the Spice Girls documentary, and we all went wild and decided that we all needed to clickety click click click, even though that actually isn't a very great concealer at all. Jerry, she led us down the garden path with that one. So this feels very nostalgic to me, very old school. I didn't actually see Victoria using this, but I did see Jerry using it, and maybe they were sharing, okay? We don't know. This is available in 16 luminous shades, which is a little small, but a bit stingy for a concealer shade range in 2024, so I'm slightly side-eyeing with the number. This claims to be a light to medium coverage concealer that immediately perfects why does my mouth want to say papaya right now? While proprietary skincare actives improve your complexion in 4 weeks. I'm skeptical. This is my skeptical face. So here's the problem, okay? It's light to medium coverage. Now, if I'm going to do a concealer, I'm going to do a full coverage concealer. Light to medium coverage alarms me because, like I've said before in these videos, brands like to oversell things, especially when it comes to coverage. So you can bet most concealers, if they say they're a full coverage, a lot of the time, they're in fact medium. And if they say they're a medium, they're in fact a light. I feel like, just say what it is. Call a spade, I beg you, okay? It's tough enough out there. So the fact that this says a light to medium coverage makes me feel like it's going to be a light medium coverage, and that's just not going to cut it around this place, okay? In this house, we want a full coverage concealer. So I don't think this is going to be for me. I seriously doubt that this is going to reduce the appearance of fine lines and dark circles of my under eyes, especially as I will already have applied an eye cream there in the mornings. So I don't need those skincare benefits. You know, I rely on my active skincare in the evening to do those things. So I don't really need that side of it. These are expensive. They're very 2.4 mils in here for $68. Slack jaw. This is now not even a side eye, it's a full eye, a front eye, right at Victoria Beckham. You're giving up 2.4 mils for $68. You stingy madam. How dare you? I don't really want to support this level of stinginess, especially she's being stingy with the coverage, she's being stingy with the amount, okay? So I feel like there's no possible way this can be worth it and beat out my concealers that gave me like 10 mil for half of that price. And more coverage while we're at it, while we're talking about it. I seem to have got into a rage. I'm so sorry about it. Maybe I should cool off slightly. Okay, good. I feel better. This is a pass from me. Although if you guys are super duper curious about this and you beg me for a review, I will take one for the team, okay? Let me know. Are you especially interested in this? Do you think you would be interested in a review, or like me, are you, no thank you. We see what you're up to and we're not falling for it. Which camp are you? Camp review? Camp don't bother, let me know. Next up, again, courtesy of our friend Amit Beauty Talk, we have a sneak peek of some Dior Holiday products. First up, we have this sort of multi-use product. What have we got in here? We seem to have, hang on, let me zoom my eyeballs in. I'd say we've got some eyeshadows, some blushes, we've got some lipsticks along the bottom, and then are they highlighters on the left or powder? Either way, this is an absolutely not. There's too much going on in here. For a start, the eyeshadow little, what is that? I mean, it's a square, but then there's a triangle. There's a lot going on, shapes in here. Hurts my eyes, okay? The lines are not all meeting up. How dare you? That's number one. The outside, the external frontage of the packaging looks great, beautiful. I love Dior makeup. These are not products from Dior that I ever get excited about or ever purchase because I just won't use these. I'm not going to go and get a big giant palette out of my handbag and start brushing lipstick on my lips. No thanks. That's just not how I live my life. The bottom appears to just be eyeshadow, so thank you for sticking with the assigned jobs of things. Again, this is not an eyeshadow palette I use. Of all of the Dior makeup that I love, eyeshadow is bottom of the pile, okay? I love their foundations, their blushes, bronzers, highlighters, lip products, adore them. Eyeshadows fall into the same category for me as Chanel and Tom Ford. They're just never giving enough gumption to me. So this is an entire pass. This whole photo is a no from me. It's going to be really expensive. You need to really want it and know that you'll get a lot of use and joy out of it. And I just won't. It'll go in a bottom drawer and never see the light of day ever again. We also appear to have some lipsticks that I'm not sure if these are part of the holiday collection, but they look like they will be. Now, if this shade here is the only shade, this is a no. This is a shade that I would just never wear. These sort of like brick brownie reds, no thank you, not a fan. But the packaging of these lipsticks is gorgeous. This mirrored gold, although it will instantly be covered with 400 fingerprints, I still think these are gorgeous. I love these. If they have some more my type of shades, I will absolutely pick these up. It looks like they are maybe just a limited edition case as opposed to a formula, but I'll keep you posted. I have my beady eye on these because we know Dior can do a banging lip formula, can't they? I mean, the Addicts, yes please. So I've got my eye on it. I love the packaging. That shade is a no, but give me more shades and we can talk. Next up, we have 3 highlighters from Hindash. I absolutely adore that man. He is just the kindest, most talented, amazing artist known potentially to man. I absolutely love the way he does makeup. He's definitely, if I was to, you know, have a marriage renewal, a vow renewal, we've gone past 10 years. I don't know when our next opportunity is, but if I was to have another wedding, he would be right up there for like wanting like my dream makeup artist for like bridal makeup. I don't think it gets better. He's unbelievable. I love his products. I find them often to be really innovative and different to what everybody else is doing, and these highlighters definitely fit into that box. These are the Gradient highlighters. They are a hybrid gel powder highlighter. Speak to me more. Tell me more. Gel hybrid formula? Yes, please. Oof. Mimics pure light on the skin. Yes, yes. From a sheer glow to an ultimate shimmer fantasy, a transparent structure features pearlescent pigments in their purest form. It's like he wrote down all of my favorite words. Never powdery, the formula is created to layer up for maximum shimmer dimension on the face, eyes and body. Come in 3 dazzling shades. The second I saw these, I knew they would be right up my street. The shade I'm most drawn to is that sort of gold to corally pink shade, the medium one. I think the lightest will be too stark, the deepest will be too deep. I think I could use that middle shade as highlight and blush, depending where I dollop my brush, I dibbity dab it in there, I'll get more or less colour payoff. I'm really excited for these. At the moment, these are an exclusive to Hindash's website, and I went to purchase them and saw the shipping cost and went, so I'm kind of waiting and hoping that they're going to come to Beautylish. I think that's where I get Hindash's cosmetics usually. So if they come to Beautylish, that's an absolute yes. I'm still kind of pondering whether I want to pay for the shipping from his own website, but these, I love them. If I could get them in my greedy little mitts without paying double for shipping, I'd have it already. Next up, let's take a look at the Lancome Holiday collection. Now, the lipsticks, nothing in there that is screaming, you don't have me, you must buy me. You don't have 46 already, so far anyway. But the eye palette, this is very much reminding me of the Lancome Louvre collaboration palette, except there isn't a highlighter in here as far as I can tell. These are just 6 shadows, but I love the formulas in that palette. I try not to use it a lot on my channel because it was limited edition and I think it might be completely gone now, but I love it. I love the formulas in there. The shades are so beautiful, and this is very much reminding me of that. The blue, it's slightly terrifying me. I kind of wish that wasn't in there, but the other 5 shades look glorious. And I know from previous launches, this style of palette from Lancome is always gorgeous on the eyes. So the palette is, yes, I don't need the lipsticks, but I'm definitely interested in that palette. It's gorgeous. And I know it will be even more beautiful in person because that's just what Lancome do. They're tricksy. Next up, we have a concealer coming up from Burberry. So this is apparently the Trench Coat concealer, which will be launching in autumn. Delicate and silky, easy to blend, effectively covering dark circles, etc, etc. There's not a lot of information yet as far as like finish. It looks pretty matte in the swatches and it looks pretty high coverage in the swatches, but that shade range is a madness. That entire first arm is basically the same shade, and then we've got sort of 2 shades in the middle arm, and then we've got like 3 tanned ones on the final arm, and that's just not good enough. I don't know what's happened here, but we're not 10 years ago, Burberry, it's 2024. That is an outrage, and I definitely won't be buying that, okay? Burberry continuing with their theme of not impressing me with their makeup launches or making me want to try them. I still haven't tried anything yet from them since their like relaunch, have I? That I can remember. I mean, if I have, I've already forgotten it. So that says it all. But so far, it's really not wowing me and making a bid for my wallet whatsoever. Okay, the other brands are safe. Next, let's talk about a new fragrance from Parfums de Marly. This is Palatine, a new fragrance that breaks with established codes. Tell me more. impertinent, sounds like me, singular, what do you mean? Dazzling, you don't say. Palatine is the expression of a contemporary woman, free and confident. So on first thoughts, this is a pass. I love Parfums de Marly. I have many of their perfumes, one of my favorite houses, but I had red flags when I saw the bottle. It's purple, it's giving violet, and that's one of my red flag notes. And then I look at the notes, and yes, there it is, right there in the middle, violet. I love a Parma violet, okay? I'm not against all violets. I love the colour violet. I don't like the smell of them. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I don't love it. And if it's really strong note, and I suspect that it is, the bottle, the colour of the bottle is usually a bit of a clue as to the juice inside, particularly when it comes to Parfums de Marly. And that's telling me it's literally, you're going to walk around smelling like a Parma violet. And that gives me very much like old lady perfume vibes. Do you know what I mean? Not always a bad thing, but in the violet, I can't do it. I'm not ready for a violet rinse yet. Okay, I'm not yet ready to embrace that life. We've got a fruity opening, the violet in the middle, which tells me we're just going to smell it constantly, and then base notes, musky, sandalwoody combo. I highly doubt I'm going to purchase this. I may get a sample if it's easy to, but just on description, looking at the bottle, although I think the bottle is beautiful and I love the bottle, it's telling me that the fragrance is going to be violet heavy, and that has already given me a headache just at the mere thought of it. Next up, we have some highlighters from Suqqu, 2 shades. For fall, we have White Opal and Sakura Quartz, both limited edition colours. Now, I've kind of started neglecting Suqqu, I've realised. When I looked at these, I was thinking, when was the last time I purchased something? And it was a while ago. And I think the reason is a lot of their launches, particularly their cheek products, their blushes and highlighters, but probably their eyeshadows too, have become quite repetitive. We're getting the same sort of products from them over and over again. But also, whenever I review Suqqu on my channel, it doesn't do very well. I think it's because it's not available in the US. Is that right? Tell me if you're US based. Do you have to order this from like Selfridges to get it? And I think that's why you guys just don't appear interested in the brand, which means that I'm only going to purchase from them for my own purposes, knowing that it's not a very popular brand on my channel for whatever reason. And so I skipped on these. And I do believe Suqqu to be a brand who makes highlighters that I will love. All of their cheek products have a gorgeous luminosity to them. Their blushes are always beautifully luminous without being sparkly or shimmery, and very smooth, very easy to use, and I've always loved them. But I literally saw these on Selfridges and just skipped right past them, and I don't really know why. Obviously I don't need any more highlighters, and maybe it's because the brand just isn't doing well for me on my channel. You guys don't seem interested in it. Maybe that's why, but I don't know. I feel like I should have been more excited for these, and I'm just not. I look at them and I think, I bet they're beautiful, but I don't feel grabbed by my gizzards to purchase them. I don't know. Is that just me? Are you grabbed by your gizzards? I hope not. You should speak to someone about that. Probably a doctor though. Next up, let's talk about this new Lightwork palette from Danessa Myricks, the Lightwork 6. Now, this is going to be a tale of two halves again, okay? First up, not a chance will I be using these eyeshadows, okay? I'm definitely, this is a straight clear no, because just look, this is much too exciting for me, okay? Take a look at my eyes today. This is what I find exciting, okay? I'm a boring, neutral, basic lady, and I won't fight it any longer. I'm not going to. I've accepted who I am. I'm boring, especially when it comes to makeup. I try to be slightly more exciting and pretend to be someone else sometimes, and maybe whack a green on. And that's about as far as I can go, I'm afraid. This is much too exciting for me. It looks stunningly beautiful, and I know for a fact Morgan Turner, Patty Alonso, Angelica Nickfist, fetish of mine, Instagram makeup account, those are the type of people who are going to rock this palette. I'm not the type of person who's going to rock this palette, okay? I'm terrified of this. Just looking at it frightens me. So while this is not my kind of colour story because it's too colourful, it's too much, I would not know what to do with this. It would be wasted on me. I appreciate this palette and the innovativeness and the little touches so much, I can't tell you. So this is one big palette, right? But it has like a sort of magnetic mirror that attaches to the lid. When each of these sections of 6 pans pops out of that big palette, and you can put the mirror on top, and you've got a little travel friendly 6 pan. You can then stack the others underneath, and it comes with a little sleeve. And not only that, but every one of these shadows, the individual shadows, also pop out, and everything is magnetic. Hello, everyone, do this. Do this with every palette, please. This is genius. It's so clever. I love the idea. I know that these shadows are going to be amazing because they always are. And just look at these swatches. Hello. Gorgeous. Stunning. Is the colour story for me? No. Am I wowed by it? Yes. I went slightly David Brent there by accident. I'm so sorry about it.
You've charmed me. Yeah? You've got the job.
Moving on, let's take a look at this Nars Holiday collection. So Trend Mood has delightfully done this little collage here of everything that's going to be on offer for us. Now, there's a lot of easy passes here, a lot of easy passes. We've got some blushes that look just not up my street whatsoever. A highlighter that does look quite interesting. Is that a highlighter or is that a powder? That is in fact a powder. It's a light reflecting setting powder. That's a no. We've got a single Gold Rush eyeshadow. I don't really need that. I definitely have some single eyeshadows that are similar. We've got lots of lovely lip glosses. Again, nothing that's really speaking to me. And then we have this year's cheek palette. So this looks like we have a bronzer and a highlighter on the top, and then 3 blushes at the bottom. And these are apparently all new shades for this palette. So no Orgasm and no existing shades in here. We love that. Everyone is doing that this year. Thank you so much for all the new shades. We love to see it. Now, obviously we have these every year from Nars, and so it does feel a little bit redundant. If you bought a few of them, then you probably don't need any more of these, and these don't look to be very different as far as the shades in here. It does, however, look like it is my favorite formula. That again, it's that sort of gel hybrid, very, very smooth, shiny formula that I absolutely love. And these shades look right up my street. It doesn't look very inclusive. Typically we have something a little deeper than this in here, but for me, this is definitely going to work on my skin tone, but it does look very, very similar. Although new shades, apparently, it does look very, very similar to the other cheek palettes that I have from Nars. I am currently on Nars's PR list. If I get this, I will definitely show you it in action and do some comparisons to previous years so that you can decide, but I wouldn't buy this for myself because I have like 10 of these already and I love them. Don't get me wrong, they are all beautiful, but I think at this point it's enough now. I think in order for me to actually buy one, it would need to be quite different to the 16 we've seen so far. And I definitely feel like Nars is in danger of going down this like rabbit hole to repetitive burrow. You know, we're seeing a lot of repetitive eyeshadows from them, and this year's eyeshadow for Holiday is actually a re-release. So it's not only repetitive because it looks similar, it actually is a previous palette that they are re-promoting, which is the Endless Nights palette that they're bringing back for autumn. Again, it's just we need something different, and I feel like in danger because I love Nars so much and they have such amazing products. Their foundations, concealers, their blushes, highlighters, bronzers, lip products, they have great products, but if they keep re-releasing things that look exactly the same as each other, I'm scared for their future. You know, we need to slightly change things up. Don't go wild. I understand that, you know, some brands have an aesthetic that they stick to, and that's great. I too do the same thing, okay? That's fine. That's not our complaint. But slightly something slightly different to what we've been seeing for 10 years now would be great. Otherwise, I fear we're going down Pat McGrath's road, and look where that got them. So there you have it. Those are all of my thoughts on these new and upcoming makeup releases. Please let me know your thoughts. Is there anything in here that's super duper exciting you, grabbing you by the cockles and saying, buy me, buy me? Or is everything an easy pass? Let me know which can buy you. Easy pass, cockles. Which one? But thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.